Is that Corey, Canada? I got some pretty information, weird fucking information for people. People need to do this shit, okay? Just listen to me, bear me, okay? Now, some people may have done this, okay? But I want you to do this because I can't put this shit on YouTube, okay? So, everyone knows that Salma Hayek is married to, what is it? Cartier's, like, fucking, like the relative of Cartier, like, he owns Gucci and Balenciaga and all this fucking shit. Like, dude is worth $31 billion, right? Well, Salma Hayek and her billionaire husband just sold a bunch of fucking weird-ass art. And it will be like, oh, that's what they're into. So I want you to do something. I want you to go Google Christie's auction house, right? And then in the search, you look up, oh god, oh, what is it? Something Chapman. Oh my god, I had it just in my fucking head. One minute. What the fuck is it called? I know this shit. It's something Chapman. Ron Chapman. Look up Ron Chapman on the Christie's auction house. Okay? I think it's like Lou and Ron Chapman, something like that. And then I want you to look at what was sold. Dudes. Salma Hayek isn't a good person like I thought she was. Like, I was, like, watching Salma Hayek. She went to this third world country and was, like, breastfeeding babies. And I was like, wow, this is, like, the greatest woman in the world, right? Like, this is, like if I had the opportunity to do something like that, I would breastfeed some babies that don't have mothers. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I loved breastfeeding. But after you see these pictures, these art pieces, okay? You will realize that pretty much everyone in Hollywood, all the elites in the world, they're into the same cultish, weird shit. All of them. Which is funny, the same place I looked and realized that Salma Hayek is a little fucking weird was like the same place where I saw these like other paintings of the artist Basquiat. And in all honesty, I cannot find why Basquiat, just knowing his art, why Basquiat is so famous. I mean, his art is like a fucking like 7-year-old drew it. Like, why are you paying hundreds of $1,000s for Basquiat art when your fucking child could do it for you? You know, it's kind of like those people like paying $1 million. No, it wasn't actually the personal Hitler sculptures. It's let's just say it's these underage dolls with a boy part for a nose and a girl part for a mouth, and they have, you know, obvious children bodies with a boy part for a nose and a girl part for a mouth. And this is what they owned and sold at Christie's auction house. Like I said, you can look it up. Go to Christie's auction house. Look up, I think Ron Chapman, and and go to the sold part of it, and you'll see the shit. When it was introduced to me, they were like, "Just go here, okay? Then you'll know." They didn't say what it was because it's like, you know, you get in trouble with the censorship and shit. But when you see it, it's so satanic, it's so disturbing. And then they also have like paintings of adolescents, torn up body parts all over the place. This one adolescent being hung up from a chandelier, and I can't even say it, but like, you know, but these are the things that Selma Hayek and her husband owned. And I don't understand why this type of stuff would be sold at auction. I don't know what kind of psychopath would want this type of stuff. But I think I understand why Balenciaga went down that whole like kid in S&M gear type shit. Because that's what he owns. He owns Balenciaga. He owns Gucci. You know, Gucci is one of the most famous designer clothing, you know, accessory retails in existence. And it's like, why would you waste your money on things that are so gross to look at? Like, wouldn't you want to like spend your money on things that are very enjoyable, very beautiful, very elegant, if you're, you know, a billionaire? But no, these people instead, they spend their money on owning the most debauched, sickest, horrifying things I've ever seen. No, it's Ron and Dino Chapman, that's it. It's Chrissy's Auction House, Ron and Dino Chapman. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
And Jason saw it too. We were like, what the fuck?
Cody?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Dino.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Dino Chapman. Because I was like, Dino, Dino, you know. You love me? Well, I love you too. I love that everyone's saying I love you. I love that. Wow, I thought having Hitler sculptures was weird. That is disgusting. Yeah, it's no different than like the weird shit that Jeffrey Epstein had, like Bill Clinton in the blue dress. You got one with George W. Bush, and he's playing. There's two collapsed Jenga towers, and he's playing with also two paper airplanes. You get the reference. It's pretty easy to get the reference. Apparently the blue dress that Bill was wearing was like Monica Lewinsky's dress that she was wearing, and it's just the most weirdest fucking things these elites are buying. Like, okay, Trump, I'll give him credit when credit's due. What does the motherfucker usually spend his money on if he wants to spend like art? Gold. Just gold shit. You know, I've never seen him like buy anything really debauch or anything, or like show anything debauch. You know, another thing I know that Trump likes is like celebrity memorabilia. Like he's got like Shaq shoes and like weird fucking like celebrity memorabilia, like Shaq shoes. He has like buttons from like someone's dress or something. It's like the weirdest fucking things, and he keeps it like surrounded in his office so like he could like brag to people like, yeah, I've got Shaq shoes, look how big this is. But sorry Philip, we don't talk about METH in the chat, and I don't promote it. I will never use it, and I suggest if you do, you should stop using it because it's not good for you. Thank you. How is my teeth today? They're better. They're better. My jaw is feeling a lot better than it was. I mean, it was like, it was so swollen. Like this, like 6 months ago, my teeth were not in. A year ago, my teeth were like, I had, like, my teeth were all broken a year ago. But like this vitamin D deficiency, like it kills the enamel on your teeth, and it just gone, you know. You can't wait to see me with new teeth. Me too. I've had dreams about it. Like I got my skinny body, and I got like my new teeth, and I'm like, oh my god, I like feel pretty again. I don't feel like I have to like hide my smile, because you know, it's when your smile's taken away, it really It really is affects your self-esteem, and
Yeah.
I hate to say it, like, it's weird to say, but your like happiness levels, and that's hard enough for me to achieve anyway.
Well, self-esteem's a big thing. So
Yeah,
it really is.
self-esteem is very big,
Confidence,
and when your smile's taken away, it kills it.
especially if you're a girl.
I know.
Yeah, I understand.
I used to have very pretty teeth, just pearly white teeth, perfect. No. No, I had to be a rebellious little girl and get the tongue ring. That worsened. That probably worsened the wear and tear of my teeth too,
Okay.
mixed with the vitamin D deficiency. You know,
Most girls that have tongue rings for years have shit teeth.
did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? I don't think they would have belly buttons, logically speaking, since they didn't have an umbilical cord.
There you go.
So, I don't know. That's something you should ask God. Where did Cain's wife come from? Oh, I can answer that. In Genesis 1, it says that God created male and female and male, God made. Okay? That's the creation, the 7 days of creation, Genesis 1, okay? You go to Genesis 2, it says, and after the creation, in Genesis 2:1,
1, 2.
no, 2:1. I have to argue with this constantly, but I know what I'm talking about. I have my Bible right here.
I'm talking about something else.
No, I am not.
Yeah, I think we're talking about two separate things. I thought you were talking about one thing and it's another.
No.
Talking about.
Chapter 2 in Genesis. Thus the heavens and all the earth were finished and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work which he made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, blah, 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 blah. And then Adam and Eve is created. So, in Genesis 1, you have him talking about making male and female people. And then in Genesis 2, you have it talking about or making Adam and Eve. There were already people on the earth. That's why Cain got his wife, because there was already people on the earth. Adam and Eve were a total separate creation from the other humans. You get it? Because if you put it into context, you know, God rested on the seventh day in Genesis 2. And in Genesis 1, it's talking about human. Put it in context. Simple. Answer done. Bing, boom, bomb. He's a grumpy boy.
You're killing me.
I don't want to kill you. Stop being so grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
That never works for a man. You tell him to stop being grumpy. I'm not grumpy. Okay.
Hi, Gabby. You gotta be perfect all the time, babe. Better fucking believe that.
My ancestors weren't Vikings.
No, or your name would be Hodgson. Like Joel Hodgson.
My ancestors were potato pickers in Ireland and frickin' fishermen in Italy and hunters and gatherers in America. And then whatever they were doing in Russia. I don't fucking know what my family was doing in Russia. But I know what my Italian, Irish side, and native side were doing. But the Russian side, I don't know fucking shit. I'll be honest, that was like a big surprise when my sister did the 21 and me and was like, dude, did you know we're fucking Russian? No. What? Yeah, we have Russian in us. Oh. Cool. So that was like a thing that I only knew for like the last 10-ish something years of my life, 20, 15, I don't know, it's been a long time, but whenever 21andMe first came out.
23andMe.
Or 23andMe, whatever it is, I'm old, leave me alone. Oh my God, Hannah. Hannah just apologized.
I'm not doing
Hannah,
I'm not doing
it hurt more. You're probably one of the people that hurt me the most. Yeah, because I really felt a really strong connection with you. And you really hurt Jason too, because he very much cared about you. So it's like, I forgive you and I accept your apology, but I don't know where to go
Are
from
you
there.
kidding me, dude? I
Like-
don't want no part of you. None.
Where's his honest
I want
answer?
no part of you.
Because he doesn't want to be hurt again.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. I appreciate it. But we don't want to be hurt again by people. Because we've been hurt by so many different believers in Christ. And pretty much shunned away from the Christian community. All because we weren't mentally well at the time. And we're going through things, and it.
No, but then people wanted to make it all, oh, they're doing XYZ drug, and she was part of that. So she could go fuck herself.
It's.
Yeah.
I know, hon.
Yep. Forgiveness, yeah, you got that, definitely, from Christ. But I want nothing to do with you. Just like G-Man, if he came around, get the hell away from me.
Do you
I
want to
don't-
speak?
No, I'm done. That's
Okay.
all. I just want no part of people that are assholes.
Thank you, Hannah. She said, I'm sorry too, Jason. It's okay. I just came to apologize and repent.
Cool.
I accept
Have a
that.
great life. See ya.
My God. Okay, Draven, that was actually fucking funny. I know it's not you, but that was actually funny. He said, I want to apologize on behalf of my brother Draven. He said some mean things about you and he doesn't mean it. He sent me to see if he wanted to collaborate. That is a no, sir. That is a no, sir. I've given you 2 chances, and you blew both chances. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And fool me again, a fool won't be fooled again. Whatever George Bush said. But no, pumpkin spice and menthol aroma. Oh my God, it's pumpkin spice season. Jason's gonna be like, oh God, not this again.
I'm trying to get ungrouchy.
He's trying to get ungrouchy.
Yes. Which means coffee and cigarettes.
There you go, honey.
Huh?
I hate to tell you something, but it is true. It's pumpkin spice season.
That's true. Oh, Jesus.
See, I told you he'd say, "Oh Jesus."
Yeah, absolutely everything now has to be pumpkin spice. Okay, fine.
And then there's also another thing that I like for the autumn season that that I always get.
Yeah, I know. There are certain things. If I can't think of them right now, it's not because I don't.
It's old lady candy. It's the little freaking like candy corn pumpkin things.
Mm-hmm.
I love those. The autumn mix,
Yeah,
the Bratch's autumn mix. Oh my God, I love Bratch's. Okay.
Old lady.
Bratch's tried and true. Like yesterday, I found something and I was like, oh my God, I have these. I'm so excited.
Swedish. You got this Swedish fish?
My guilty pleasure. Don't you have diabetes, Shannon? Yes. But listen to me. This is this is probably the candy that has actually I did my research. This is the candy that has the lowest percentage of sugar. I probably should get the Swedish fish that, has the 3 grams of sugar. This has 20 grams of sugar, which isn't that bad compared to the fact that per snack meal you need 30 to 40 grams of sugar, or the max you should have with diabetes. But I love Swedish fish. I don't eat them all the time. I just found them and I was like, oh my God, the Lord has blessed me with Swedish fish.
He multiplied the fishes. Remember?
I have a tendency to want to suck on something sugary once in a while. I don't like full on sugar spectrum, but sucking on something that's sugary helps calm the need to want to have brownie sundae with
God. Wow.
hot fudge and whipped cream and the whole accoutrement.
Accoutrement. Yes.
Which actually, nowadays, the way how food technology has gotten, you can do all of that sugar-free. All of it. Okay? You got the zero sugar Cool Whip, which I purchased quite a bit because I like making my different... He made it yesterday, but I like making my different types of fluffs, and it's like whipped cream, some either Jell-O or pudding, and then marshmallows, and then fruit, and... It's all sugar-free, of course, and it's lovely. And it's like a way how to like have a nice dessert, but with no sugar in it, which is awesome.
And zero sugar stuff has a laxative effect.
It does,
that's really
which
good
helps
for
you poop and lose weight.
Uh-huh.
And then they have like the sugar-free hot fudge. They have sugar-free freaking brownie mix, freaking cake mix now. I'm like, hell yeah.
Not at all. It's really cool.
So you don't have to like suffer like you used to. Because I remember when I had, I'm like super hot right now because this thing, and it's like the heat's starting. But you love fluff desserts? Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. What pimple? But oh, another thing they have that's really good that's sugar-free now, they have Italian ice that's sugar-free. I love Italian ice. I will always love Italian ice. And the fact that they have Italian ice that's sugar-free, I am an excited little girl. Because it's like, yay! Treats! You know, without any guilt, really. That's what I love about the sugar-free shit so much. And the zero shit is like, there's no guilt to it. Because like most of that shit don't even have calories. Jell-O, sugar-free Jell-O, no calories. So, you get a nice sweet treat, but no calories. That's awesome. Do some laundry and might something else to wear. Laundry is done.
Oh my god, yeah, tell me
Do
that.
you know that there are people that wear these things because it gets chilly in the morning? Like, it's like 50 degrees, 40 degrees out. And God forbid, me being a human and I don't got fur and all, I get cold, right? So I put this on so I can stay warm. I know. It's weird science. But because I said I'm getting hot right now, I need to take this off, but I have nothing else under this. That means I have no wash clothes? How did you come with this? How did you come up with such logic?
Why would you focus on that?
Because the illogic of his statement is fascinating.
Oh.
How the brain connects not having anything underneath your hoodie to not having any clothes to wear is a connection.
Yeah.
Let me know how that connection happened. I need to know.
Uh-huh. I got here.
Laundry police in the building. I'll send you $100 right now if you show me a pile of clean laundry. Yeah.
I think I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Money first.
Yeah, exactly right.
You're the one who's offering. Money first. I ain't no stupid hoe. You know? You want a service? Give me the money first.
Even when they do that, if they give it right, they can take it back.
Why am I vaping? Because I'm quitting cigarettes.
You're doing good.
And this helps me quit cigarettes. Who has a pile of clean laundry? If it's clean, it's put away. There's no pile. Unless you're a bachelor.
Unless you have no armoire.
There's that too.
Jesus fucking Christ, people are idiots. It's insane how stupid people are. Well, this is how my life is. Isn't your life like my life? What? It's not? Well, that's weird.
Vapes can be worse for you.
True. You're just trying to quit. Period.
I'm just trying to quit, bro.
Yeah.
I can't be smoking the death sticks and expecting my ass to quit. That's just gonna enable me to keep smoking the death sticks.
Exactly.
I gotta take it in, like, you know, steps, bro.
Everybody does.
Steps. And vapes are the way to go. I ain't going cold turkey on nicotine. You fuck that shit.
Sucks.
I'll be a grouchy ass borderline hellion. You don't want that shit. I'll bite your head off and stick it to the wall and then shove it up your ass and then make you eat that head that's in your ass and then have you stick that to the wall and then you know, order a soda and drink it. Something like that.
Foot and mouth, head up asshole. What you talking about?
No, I'm not going on nicotine patches. My stepfather did the nicotine patch. Excuse me.
Love you.
Excuse me again. No, my stepfather did the nicotine patches, and it caused him to have this severe seizure that caused him to forget who he was for like 2 hours.
What the fuck?
Yeah, nicotine patches can cause that shit.
Well, that didn't happen to me.
Yeah, it happened right in front of my mom. My mom called the ER right away. She's like completely freaking out. And the reason why she's freaking out is her sister had epilepsy. So she's seeing him, like, she's a nurse. She's seen so many people have, you know, seizures, but
Yeah.
especially growing up with someone with seizures, her sister. But like, that's got to affect the trauma you've collected through the years of seeing your sister having seizures, right? And now the man you love is having a seizure right fucking in front of you because of a goddamn nicotine patch. No. Hell no. I'll never take nicotine patches after that event.
I took it in rehab. It didn't do shit for me. Nothing.
You thought I hated my mom? I don't hate my mom. She was just an abusive bitch. And probably in hell. That's not hating her. That's just realizing she was evil. She never loved me. She had problems, man. My mom, man. Her dad was a war vet, you know, but not only that, back in that time, war vets came back with another problem, and that's alcoholism. And he was a bad alcoholic, man. He beat my uncle, he beat my mom's, her sisters, my grandmother. He was pretty fucking bad and rough, right? He ended up sobering up in his 60s and apologizing for everything, though. But like, that abuse she took as a little girl really fucked her up and caused some kind of like sociopathy in her.
A little Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah, Munchausen by proxy too.
Sprinkle of that in there.
Yeah, and it caused her to just continue the cycles of abuse.
Yeah.
And I don't hate her. I understand what she went through, but I was her main target. I was her main victim. And there are times where I got like really angry at her, and I said things that weren't kind, that were really evil. You know, I remember in like, what was it, 2020? I made a song really mad at my parents because they started hooking up with my trolls and lying about me to them. And this is the downfall of my parents' life. Both of them were dying. Both of them were getting early onset dementia, so like things weren't right in their head, right? And it broke my heart, and I said I hate myself for this, but I said the reason why people think I hate them is I said I hope you guys die of COVID, because I was just so angry at them over doing that shit to me, because it's like it just all the things they've done to me since I was a child has been so unwarranted, and always trying to make me into this like this person. I'm not this monster. And it's like almost like Jason's convinced that my mom taught the trolls how to abuse me.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Because the stuff she'd say, they all parrot that. Like, exactly.
Yeah, well, from your perspective.
Yeah, I could just tell you because I seen it. Like, and it's more valid if it comes from me, because if you, like Shanny, you're gonna think, oh, she has biases against. She never did, and she was always willing to be like, oh my God, Mom wants to, maybe have some kind of good thing with me, and she would never not, like, she'd be like,
Can
yeah.
you hold on that real quick? I need to get up and just.
Okay. I'm trying because you knock over my stuff. Okay, so yeah, I saw it firsthand. Like, her mother was fucking.
Yeah, aim for that one.
Her mother was fucking psychotic, and I saw it firsthand. And people are. I always see people like, oh, Betty this and Betty that and Betty that, and it's only because she did an interview one time.
Come in here.
She did an interview one time, I think it was with Dragnot, and she spilled fucking bullshit from her perspective of being an abusive mother. And then everybody said, oh my God, poor Betty, to have to deal with such a fucking daughter. And then, yeah, Shanny became a demon. That was about it, about how, like, Shanny got all the hate on the internet. I mean, that's a big part of it. So, really fucked up shit. And I do believe she definitely had... partially, at least, her problem was Munchausen by proxy. She had a sprinkle of that shit within the rest of her fucking mental illness, which was massive. Massive mental illness on Betty. Betty, they're Jules, Betty.
But you think my mom wanted my clout? I know. Here's the interesting thing. My mom made YouTube videos. It kind of makes sense, because my mom made YouTube videos before me.
Oh.
She was the one who actually got me wanting to make YouTube videos.
I did not know that.
Because I wanted to express myself. You know, she's like, Shanny, you know YouTube, right? I just posted a bunch of videos. You want to see them? I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I was living in Florida. Just had William. You know, so I was watching her videos. I'm like, huh. So a couple days later, you know, watching Brett King and the Amazing Atheist for a while, and I started making videos, but I didn't make videos like her. I made videos expressing my atheism at the time, how I felt about the current currency of the LGBT community. At that time, it was before gay marriage even happened. So it's like I was like really expressing like rights for gays at that time. I was also making content on feminism. What was the other like old time Shanny content?
I wasn't around. I don't think I was around.
And then I started like talking about the atheist community on YouTube, and that kind of got me to like people actually acknowledging me, you know, and seeing me. Your mom saw the clout as a crown and as validation that she was a good person. She never had her own clout. She wanted yours. It's so true, honey. I've always thought that. Thank you. No idea. Did I make any Black Lives Matter? Oh, yeah. In 2020? Absolutely. You know, we both bought the, like, Black Lives Matter hoodies at the time. And
I don't remember that. And if I did that and I wore Black Lives Matter anything, I rebuke myself.
You don't remember that?
No. I don't remember...
We got it from the George Floyd Foundation.
No. I don't remember wearing Black Lives Matter anything.
I did.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Because that's a Soros op.
Even if it was a George Soros op, that's not the point. It's the people that make these things, not the elites. You know, it was a time where the injustices of of systematic racism, like, really, like,
Yeah.
came into viewpoint, and it, like, honestly, for me, it made me understand my own microaggressions and my own racism that I had, that I didn't think I had, but I did have, you know, maybe I still do have, you know, this, in all honesty, since it is systematic, it's really nobody's fault, because it was, like, programmed in our heads. It's like a form of brainwashing. So, why keep sneaky laughing at Rev? Huh? Sneaky laughing?
No. I think it's because sometimes you just sneak looks at me, or like look up at me or something, and they think it's a sneaky laugh. That's, ignore that shit. It's so dumb. Like
That's why I'm perplexed.
It's so dumb. Like just
It's like, huh? What's sneaky laughing? You either laugh or you don't, weirdos. I know, right? They always have to try to find some kind of, like, intention behind, like, some kind of negative intention behind what I'm doing. No.
Why I did this a lot last. They try to do the same thing they do with Foodie with us all the time.
I've barely slept because I've been dealing with heartburn. And because I barely slept, I've been doing this with my finger and feeling my fucking chin healers that are just getting worse through age. Because goddamn perimenopause and shit. And Jason went to the store to get me some milk because of the heartburn.
It's the only chocolate milk they have is small bitch.
I know,
I can't even
right?
believe that. That's the only chocolate milk they have. What's the deal? At least it's True Moo, which is good.
I'm fine. Any milk I would have been fine with. Any milk.
Cool.
Okay, we're dealing with some heartburn.
All right.
I'm like, no, I know what the heartburn came from. It came from the
Fajitas.
no, not the fajitas.
What?
The freaking Progresso soups.
Oh.
They have these, like, delicious Progresso smokehouse soups, right?
They're really good.
So good.
They are.
The problem with it is it's created heartburn, and then the next day I had fajitas. But it's like I'm on Prevacid. Why isn't it working? Or Prilosec, whatever, same thing. Prilosec.
Yeah.
Omeprazole, okay? No. It decided to be like, no. You're having this delicious, bomb-ass, fucking, spicy-ass food, and I'm not going to work with you, Shanny. You're going to have to sit there and suffer with your fucking heartburn, because I don't want to work with you. That's what my drug did for the last, like, 3 days. And I'm like, fuck you. I have a right to decide to enjoy some delicious, progressive smokehouse soup, because I can't freaking eat because my jaw is swollen. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It's true. That's how it goes.
Why do sometimes say that you don't have anybody in the world and that you feel lonely when you have Rev? I'm borderline.
No, when you're with somebody that is borderline, you quickly learn that you are just, like, you're there, but it's not considered another person. Like, you become the person with them.
Huh?
Sort of. Yeah. That's the way it is, like that.
I wouldn't say that. It's
I would. I'm living it.
It could
because
be.
you constantly say I'm lonely, and I'm like, I'm right here. Okay? But that doesn't matter. Because
Well, could it be the fact that the parts in my brain that should work don't work?
you could tell that to them.
Well, I posted it.
If they're asking. But you do that. Like, I'm all alone. Well, you got Rev. Well, yeah, but that, it doesn't really count because I'm with you all the time anyway. So it's you know, I wish you could socialize in person with people.
Christina Flint said, because when you have serious depression, you feel lonely even in a crowd. Well, there's that.
That too. Yeah, that's a good point too.
No, I don't think with borderline personality you could skip the outbursts. I don't think it's physically possible because of how your brain is structured.
Same goes for
you know.
bipolar.
Oh yeah, your brain's completely different. Your problems with your brain is completely different from the problems I have with my brain.
Yeah.
Your problem is the lack of gray matter. It like erodes your gray matter.
That's insane.
While and then you have like deformities regarding your hippocampus and other parts.
It's insane. Not good.
My problem is the region in my brain that causes sadness and anger is elevated, while the part in my brain that would normally like dampen down these emotions is underactive in usage, and that's how a borderline's brain it looks like in an MRI. So it's like my brain makes me feel either really angry or really sad, and I don't have the brain capacity, I guess you could say, the neurotransmitters in the area of my brain that would calm those effects. So for a borderline, it takes a very long, arduous time to get to baseline again, because your brain is depleted of the parts that is needed to calm your bitch ass down.
Oh.
So like I can't help being like when I'm like that.
When it
happens, yeah.
That now I understand that.
Yeah. Because the mechanism in my brain that could calm it down,
Motion.
it doesn't work properly.
Yeah, that explains.
It's underactive in I think the word is neuroplasticity. Calm your ass down. It's 9 in the morning. Wow, you've changed in appearance, have I? Okay. Do I have urges of self-harm? Well, if you look at my arm, you could tell very easily that, that could be the,
Please say lately no.
lately, no, absolutely not. But, in the past, yeah, you can tell by my arm. You know, I'd actually like to cover the scars up with tattoos, so I'm not, like, constantly reminded over the, you know.
Got to get in contact with Sully. You know, the Scars Foundation, because he pays for that shit. Tattoos for cutters.
I'm lying. Yeah, well, why don't you prove that I'm lying? Or give some reasoning why I'm lying instead of just bold saying I'm lying with no evidence, no proof, just your own little puny imagination. That's okay. Because I can say I know myself a lot better than you. And I can say that with really good confidence. And I'm sure you could probably say the same for yourself, that you know yourself way more than I know you, random person on the internet. Yeah, I have my cross, and then my Celtic ring, and then back here is love is forever. So. But there was like a program a long time ago, like something that girls did who had that problem, and it's called Love on Your Arms, if you look it up. And basically you tattoo like love messages on your arms to help avoid the urge to want to do something to yourself. And it's a beautiful message to give to people who have a hard time dealing with that. So No, I never watched any of the King Cobra stuff. I have one tattoo that is on my chest and it's covering a bullet wound I suffered from small arms fire flying on an airplane in the Air Force. Oh my God, bless your heart, Paul Davis. Tomcats for life, bro. God bless you, man. Thank God you lived, man.
Oh man, Tomcats. I remember that at the air show.
Oh, I love creamer in my coffee. I can't do the black coffee thing, man. That's too much for me.
I can do it most of the time. Straight black.
I can't do that. Let me see. Anything else people are saying? No, I don't have PTSD. Well, yeah, I have CPTSD, but my main diagnosis is borderline personality disorder because it's from early onset childhood trauma. So it's very similar to how, like, if you look at an MRI, it's very similar to like a war vet's, but because of the age, the symptoms are differently. Because usually a war vet is an adult, right? While someone who has borderline personality, they're a child when the event happened, or events, and hi,
So go.
but they're both trauma-based mental illnesses. My CPTSD is the things that happened to me, the trauma that's happened to me in adulthood, and a lot of people get lucky. They don't have as much trauma as some people do, right? So they don't have a rich understanding how much damage trauma can actually do to not only just the human mind but the human body. Like I didn't ask for the mental health I have. I didn't ask to be a borderline. I was made one through abuse and neglect and invalidation. The CPTSD that I have, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's complex because it's multiple traumas. And the symptoms of that can be highly severe to the point where socializing can be damn near impossible. Which is why I usually use the internet to socialize, because it's like the place I guess I feel most comfortable with. Like if you knew me in real life, right? I'd be so socially awkward and just very quiet and not knowing what to say, and a lot of people who meet me in real life, they're like, you're a lot quieter than I expected you to be. And it's like, well, I'm traumatized. I don't want to cause a big, spectacle or anything, and cause someone to be angry with me, or cause someone to be upset with me, and then I have to deal with that. And then you just see me shivering, crying in a corner, not being able to function. And then after that comes the dissociation for hours. And then after that comes the depression symptoms, where you don't want to get up, you don't want to do anything, you don't really want to eat, you just lie there and dissociate and cry in fetal position, and you're pretty much like that the whole day. This is shit that Jason has to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, constantly with me.
On a rotating basis, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a day like today is beautiful, because you're up, you're like, okay, what could I do? You're good,
And most of the time you're like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, if you have a BPD person in your life and you care about and love them, you do have to learn how they are. Because otherwise, you're going to have moments where you can be like, what the fuck just happened? Did you take something I said wrong? Because you're not happy anymore. Like, it's not something you can put on yourself. That's something that was told to me in rehab.
No.
It's like, you can't, for another person's stability, and especially if they're BPD, you can't put that on yourself.
No.
Because it could just change.
Mm-hmm.
It can. And it could be something very small. So, it's tough. But if you love the person, you learn and you do your best.
And I can't help it because how my brain functions.
Right.
Either.
Yeah. No, of course you can't help it. Like, that's what people try to put on you in the chat is, oh, you can help it. No, you can't. Your brain is literally damaged from trauma when you were a child. So it's disgusting how BPD people are treated. It's really wrong. Because they're like, oh, that's an unstable person, so what do we do with that? We basically just put it out of society. And that's bullshit. But finally, the cops are realizing that there's people with problems like this, and they have crisis cops, and they're awesome. The crisis cops are the best cops. And they should all have to go through that training now. Because basically everybody's mentally ill in some way. COVID really pushed that. Mental illness in everybody.
Yeah,
so,
our mental health really took a toll.
Yeah.
With COVID. It really did. Like,
The boys, too. Like, everybody.
before COVID, I wasn't agoraphobic. Now, I'm extremely agoraphobic, and I don't like leaving the house.
You were not like that.
And
No.
my mental health has taken such a bad toll. Is like, there's times I don't even want to leave, like, my corner where I am. You know, I'm just so afraid of, like, what if something happens? What if another event happens? What if, you know, my stalkers do what they've been saying they want to do to me? And it's scary, and it's, you don't know how to deal with it. And
Emotional damage.
yeah. In a lot of cases, emotional damage, it can cause brain damage, actual physical brain damage.
That's wild, but it's true.
And not only brain damage, but physical damage too. You know, there's an association with people with fibromyalgia and trauma, and, you know, I've noticed with my fellow BPDs is a lot of us have fibromyalgia. A lot of us have autoimmune diseases. And it's all stems from trauma and the brain damage trauma does to people. You know, everyone hears about the TBIs, the traumatic brain injuries. Well, it's the same thing, except it wasn't, you know, a bullet or a piece of glass or like a pipe or something that goes in your head and brain damages you, or you got a bump on the head or something. No, your brain damage is caused by trauma, like emotional trauma, like physical trauma even. And it does cause like relationship problems and socializing problems. You tend to choose isolation over socialization because isolation is safe. Isolation is a place where you know nobody can hurt you. Isolation is a place where you can have your peace and you don't have to deal with someone's abusive mentality. So the majority of the time I choose isolation over socialization. I choose to be within myself because I know it's safe over going to the outside where it's not safe. People are mean, they're cruel, they have no compassion for their fellow man. And then there's the people that look at anyone that's different and they treat them like they're not human because they're not a normie. And I've always tried my best to try to like help people who have like the same or like similar problems as I do, to make them feel like they're not alone. Like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have trauma. It's okay to have BPD. It's okay to be bipolar. You know, it's okay to have mental illness. And it's something that you shouldn't be ashamed of because it's not your fault. You know, I hate the stigmas that surrounds mental illness, the lack of understanding, the ignorance that people spew, and the lack of wanting to help people or to even just keep the peace for people who do suffer with mental illness. It's not easy to have, and I'm also trying to make it a point to be more forgiving to people with mental illness, because we fuck up. The mentally ill, we fuck up. We say things we shouldn't. We do actions that we shouldn't. But I think the best you can do if you're mentally ill and you're prone to fuck up, you know, it's just best to do your best to, like, apologize, say you're sorry, try to educate yourself more on your condition so you can, you know, not be so triggered to the point where you feel the need to lash out. And sometimes that's hard because it's like someone's picking on you for having your mental illness, and you know, you only have so much of a filter when you have mental illness, and you have so much of a withstanding point within you. And there's people in this world that purposely go out of their way to try to trigger people with mental illness without fully understanding what they're actually doing to the person. That's why you have people like King Cobra who drank himself to death, because they knew exactly how to trigger him. They knew where to hit him, where he'd end up doing the behaviors that are actually harmful to him. And they do it to people with BPD a lot, you know. I think a lot of the cruel people that you see on YouTube, they purposely trigger people with BPD because they hear that they have explosive tempers, but they never get the idea, like, this explosive temper these people with BPD have is because they weren't treated right, and they don't know how to express themselves in an appropriate manner to get people to understand to leave me the fuck alone.
That's my problem when we get into something, is that, like, I immediately want it to be okay. That's not how it works. Okay?
Brain can't function that way.
That just doesn't work that way. And that's with anybody, really, but especially with BPD, because their emotions take time to regulate. So I can't expect there to be just like, oh, everything's okay now, Jay. No, you have to write it out. You have to let them go through what they got to go through, and then you'll be okay. Because if it wasn't that way, we would not be together today.
Yeah.
It would be impossible.
They can't, but I can't help it at the same time.
That doesn't matter if you can help it or not. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And it's the same thing for me. It doesn't matter. I still get in trouble for having outbursts.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
it's not an excuse. It's just, it is what it happens.
that's true.
It's not an excuse. You have to go, fuck, I did it again, I'm sorry. I love you.
Exactly. That's the best you can do when you're mentally ill.
Yeah. You're going to be doing that your whole life, especially when you're bipolar. 'cause
Exactly.
Like, I could be like, hey, how you doing? I love you. Oh, shit, fuck you. Like, literally. It can happen. Depending on the day.
Like, the difference between me and Jason is him popping off is just randomly out of the blue. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
With me, because I'm borderline, you have to push me in order to see a reaction.
You get there. It's you get there.
You know, I'll give you a few warnings, like, you better fucking stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're irritating the shit out of me. Like, you don't want to see this. Stop.
Right.
But if you're going to keep pushing, don't expect to see don't not expect to see the devil staring straight at you. I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't push someone with borderline personality disorder because you're literally inducing their trauma responses in their brain.
It's true.
So it's better just to leave the borderline alone. Let them process what they need to process by themselves. Don't push yourself on them when they are in a point of processing their emotional periods, their heightened emotion. Don't force that.
You know you're almost out of the woods and you can go back and talk to them again when they start saying, "Oh, wait, why aren't you talking to me now?" That's the point. That no, it's not funny. This is actual tactics of how to deal with someone with BPD.
I find it funny because I can't.
That's when you know that you could maybe start coming back in their presence and trying to talk to them.
But until then, leave them the fuck alone. It's an easy answer.
Just go to your man cave if you got a female with BPD. Go to your man cave, play a game for 3 hours, and then come back. And then she'll bitch at you because you didn't come and talk to her. But I thought you wanted to be left alone. Like, no, but you didn't come talk. You didn't come talk to me about this. I want to talk about this. Then you can start mending shit.
That's how my brain works. I don't get it either. Trust me.
That's why they study it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the key is always, it is not their fault, guys. It's not their fault. Literally, are you going to blame a person that has lesions in their brain from MS? No. People with BPD are the way they are because they were horribly fucked with at a very young age. On a regular basis.
And you know what my mom does.
Yes, yeah. I can't imagine. That's why you had to get out at 16. Are you serious? Like, there's no way. How could you live with that? I'm sorry you had to for 16 years, you know? That's, God. No wonder you are the way you are. There's no, yeah.
Well, when you have someone constantly pushing your buttons for no other reason other than they want to see if your buttons are going to be pushed.
What the button pushing will do.
What the reaction will be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my mom once looked at me, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you pushing my buttons? And she's like, I'm testing you. I'm testing where you are mentally.
Wow.
But I was fine before you pushed me. That's not my problem, Shanny. That's your problem.
That is so...
Supposed to be a goddamn nurse.
Ratchet.
Nurse Ratchet, yeah.
Worse than Ratchet. Ratchet.
But it's like the cruelty it takes for someone to push someone with a mental illness, knowing the suffering it inflicts them is
what she was doing is violating the Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah.
I mean, it straight is.
It is.
I'm going to do harm to see the effect. I mean, that's literally like your daughter isn't an experiment, Betty.
You don't test someone how they are mental health wise with BPD by pushing their buttons.
Well, you're guaranteed you're going to get a negative response. Like, you don't have to wonder what's going to happen. Like, it's going to be negative. So why do it? Like, yeah, your mom was just out of her mind. Completely.
She...
out of her mind. Worse than you. Way worse than you've ever been.
She also very much stigmatized mental illness. Like, I was diagnosed with clinical depression at 14. The doctor wanted to put me on some kind of SSRI to help me. My mom looked straight in the doctor's eyes, said, my daughter is not a nutcase, and you are not going to put her on some head shrink drugs.
That's neglect.
It is neglect.
Straight. That's straight neglect.
It is neglect. Because I needed it. Because I was doing things to myself. I was I was having ideations. I was...
Yeah, she's...
I was not good.
Oh, the empty altar's working. That's what she's saying.
And she didn't even take the doctor's advice, and that actually made me worse, because it's like... Imagine if my depression was treated at that age, how many problems I could have avoided.
It's true. Absolutely true.
How much I could have learned from it. How much I could have felt better in life and suffered less.
You would have been in therapy so early. And that
Yeah,
very
being
good.
able to go to therapy but no, because of that goddamn mental health stigma that she had, none of her kids are going to be nutcases and embarrass her. Even though I don't know how you're a nutcase for just having depression. That happens to most people, at least in some time period of their life. She used to make fun of my dad because of his depression.
God.
You know, her way how to treat depression is you just have to get up and do things. Then obviously you don't know what depression is, because like you literally can't do shit if you're depressed. But no, let's get up and do things.
God, that is so fucked up.
I know. Like imagine you're lying there, you're depressed, you're crying your eyes out for days, and all your mom wants you to do is do chores and take care of your brothers, and basically you're her little fucking slave.
Yeah.
Doing everything for her, and you're just feeling like some useless fucking husk, because even though you do everything for her, you're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything you do, she'll still bitch about and find some kind of hole to make you feel bad over it. Even though you're just a fucking kid and you shouldn't be held with such responsibility on you of everything has to be goddamn perfect as a kid. You know, being only able to express one emotion, and that's happiness. But it wasn't even real. It was me faking happiness. And people wonder why is the problem of you coping, why is your coping mechanism dampened? Well, I mean, if you keep telling someone to be something that they're not, and you don't allow them to process what they're going through, well, yeah, there's going to be some kind of brain deformity, especially when they're still a child developing.
Yeah, you're a child with mental illness, and your fucking mother is gaslighting you by saying, you're not mentally ill. What are you talking about? Oh, you're just dramatic. That's all. She's very performative and dramatic. That's all. She doesn't have anything wrong with her, really. That was Betty. I'm telling you, the side, she could be the nicest person you've ever heard on the phone, okay? Because she was. I talked to her about Jesus when Shanny and I hooked up. She put her on the phone, and we talked a little bit about stuff, you know? And she sounded like a wonderful Christian woman. And then, maybe about a week into it,
After the honeymoon phase
is over, they welcomed her home. Shanny said it was so beautiful. It was like the prodigal son coming home. And I felt, you know, they put a jacket on me and hugged me and stuff like that. Love bomb. Week into it, that she's trying to get her shit together. She's working every day, doing everything she can to make money, blah, 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 doing what she should do. Betty is screaming up at her, because I heard it on the phone. Anytime that me and her would have some fun and laugh on the phone, I would hear that fucking heartbeat from downstairs. What's going on? Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. This is what she dealt with her whole life. A mother that wanted no joy in this girl's life. None. And if there was joy, there had to be something wrong. Like, the only person that could be funny and happy and laughing, because that happened too, was her. If it was her being happy, it's normal, it's cool, I'm happy. If it was Shanny laughing and having fun, what the hell is that? That's what she dealt with. And you wonder why she's mentally ill. That's why. And her father, unfortunately, enabled it. I mean, he should have been reporting shit like this.
He was a cuck.
Yeah, he just completely let her do whatever she wanted to, emotionally. So,
Yeah.
it's a miracle Shanny is...
Alive.
Yeah, alive at all, really. Because the level of ostracization she went through from her own family and no love, you die of consumption, you know, a broken heart syndrome. But she didn't. She's still standing because Jesus loves her ass. Big time.
Yeah.
So do I.
So maybe you'll have a little bit more understanding of who I am.
Yeah.
Where I come from. Hell, maybe you'll just go back to the Shanny's lying. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Blah, 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 blah.
Because they're idiots.
Because you gotta live in your la-la land of delusion. That's okay. I forgive you for living in your la-la land of delusion. You know, thinking you know something about someone you've never met in your entire life. You know, and not having the humbleness and humility to admit, hey, maybe I was wrong about this person. Yeah, you were big wrong about this person. Because I very much love people. But I'm very disappointed in people in how they treat each other.
Yeah. That's what Jesus hated.
And
Deeds.
I feel like Gandhi. I love your Jesus, but I don't like his people. I agree with that statement. I love Jesus, but I don't really like his people. And that's like humanity as a whole. Which is why I probably relate to Q on Star Trek, because he saw the darkness of humanity and recognized it and admitted it. And people didn't like to hear that they're dark, that they do horrible things to others and each other.
And that's why Q loved Picard so much. Because he was one of the little humans that really, oh, I see something in you. You actually do want to do good things, don't you? And that's why he went and tested him. It wasn't hate. It wasn't Q being evil. He wanted to make Picard better. And that scene where they're sitting together is so... I cried.
I think what he truly wanted to see is if humans could have humanity.
Well, I think he wanted to see if humans could become more like Picard.
Yeah, that too.
Because he was a truly good man. Truly good man.
So, reflect. That's what I ask for the people of today. Reflect. What have you done good for your fellow man?
I like it.
What have you done good for your fellow man? What have you done good for the person that you don't like? Are you willing to do good for a person you don't like? Would you be willing to save someone's life if you don't like them?
Yeah, but I'm done with dealing with people that are backstabbers in my life. For sure. Which is why I'll tell someone like Hannah, yeah, you got forgiveness because you got Christ, okay? You got forgiveness. But I don't want you in my life.
Don't want to take another chance of being so gutted in the heart. Because Hannah was a big loss.
Oh, that was horrible.
For both of us.
Yeah, she used to listen. She was one of my original listeners, too.
Yeah.
On my original channel. So when she did that and said that we were doing bad stuff, rugs, that was it. That was it. Like, why? Why?
It wasn't even true.
You're just clout chasing. Well, okay. Then I know you're out of my life. I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life.
Yeah, clout chasing, it's never going to get you anything.
It's gross.
You know, it's never going to get you anything. You know, all it's going to do is cause unneeded stress on you, and you're going to hurt people over it. Regardless, you're going to hurt someone.
What's really fucked up is that the ultimate clout chase for people around the sectors that we are is go attack Shanny and Rev. It's like a thing. You want to get a little good clout for your name, make a video about us saying we're horrible. And then it's, oh, look at that person, they got a good channel. Seriously. So, don't be deceived. Because I know these people can be convincing in some of the shit they say, and then they'll play a little video or something and go, like, that looks bad, but it's not exactly what they're making it out to be. You're just being manipulated. Because if you come and see us, you'll see who we really are, and if you don't fuck around with us in weird ways, you're going to have friends. Like, we're cool. You know? Brett will tell you. We're two mentally ill people. Sometimes there's blow-ups and stuff like that, sure. But generally speaking, we're just nice people, really, that want to help people out if we can.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is trying to cause the less suffering as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Toward me and others. There's too much suffering in this world, and I don't know why there's so many people who choose to add to it.
They get off on it.
I don't know.
Sadists.
Me, I've always been the type of person, I'd rather hurt myself than others. So I don't get that mentality where people rather hurt others than themselves. Because that doesn't make sense, because if you hurt others, you're actually hurting yourself. So, but if you just hurt yourself, you're just hurting yourself. That's not going to affect anyone. You know what I mean? But, I don't know. For some reason, there's a huge part of the population that wants to literally cause others to suffer, and I feel sorry for you. And I pray you find your humanity again. That part of you where you see yourself in another person, and you can put yourself in another person's shoes and evaluate things from there, instead of putting such harsh judgment on a person for things that's happened in their past, that they've moved on from, that their families moved on from, that they've learned and grown from. Too many people in this world hold grudges, and they keep too much bitterness in their heart. Me, I try to expunge the bitterness in my heart. I'm not really someone who holds grudges, because I don't see the point. Holding grudges is a illogical action that, again, will harm you in the process, because you're putting unneeded stress hormones into your body and causing yourself to be angry because a person exists. You exist. Why is it okay for you to exist, but the other person, you're bothered that they exist? Why not let the other person exist and you just ignore them? It really is better for your mental health to ignore them. Anyway, I'm taking off. You have anything else to say to the folks?
Be nice to people. And I know it's hard because a lot of people are fucking assholes. Be nice, though. Because that's a litmus test for heaven, almost, for me. If your attitude is that you want to put people in emotional torment for the entire day, and like that's your goal, if that's the life you're living, then you're going to hell. So believe in Jesus and treat people well. Peace and Maranatha. That's it. It's not that hard. Be nice.